How do people film in the car? How do people film? Okay, I think this is it. I just uploaded my first video and I looked it up a few hours later and it had 1 view. And I'm happy and excited that at least one person gets to see the video. I know it's just been a few hours, but you know, the enemy likes to get into your head, you know? The enemy likes to get into your head. I remember seeing this girl's video. I'm gonna link her video down below, but I remember seeing her video and she was stuck in, hold on, let me turn off this AC. Okay. So I remember just seeing her video and she was talking about how she just posted her first video and she went out to a restaurant to celebrate. And she was just saying all these things. It felt like God was just talking directly to me. She was talking about peace, about joy, about hope, about surrendering to God, and about just not letting fear get the best of her and just doing what God has told her to do. And God was just talking to me so much. I saw this, I should know her name. What's her name again? She had been so obedient to God. God had been telling her to do videos every day and she was doing them. And one of her videos finally got viral. And this same day, 6 years ago, she got the news that changed her life, and she was just so emotional and she was just crying and she was just talking about just doing what God has placed in your heart to do. And I felt that so deep in my soul, and I just felt God was just saying, just do it. I have spent so much time just focusing on the quality. I want to get the light right, I want to get the audio right, I want to get the quality right. I want everything to be perfect. I spent so much time learning, and it's true that you have to have some knowledge, you know, in what you're doing to produce quality content, but God is just saying, just do it. She said obedience is better than sacrifice. And we hear that a lot. And it's true, but sometimes it just hits different. Like, obedience is better than sacrifice. You can sacrifice your time. You can sacrifice your energy. You can sacrifice, like, it's easy. You know, I think most of the time when we hear that obedience is better than sacrifice, you know, we just want to tell God, take it away. Take all my dreams. Take all my desires. I'm surrendered. I'm giving you everything. Like, all my finances. Take everything I have. And God is just like, I just need you to obey me. I just need you to obey what I'm telling you to do. I don't need you to give me all these things that I don't even need. This is nothing to me. What I need is for you to obey me. Obey me. Obey me. And as I'm talking, guys, I just feel the presence of the Holy Spirit. I woke up this morning just feeling so anxious because I scheduled the video to upload at 9 a.m. this morning, and my brain woke up before 9 and my thoughts were just going, and I was tossing around, and I was excited and anxious at the same time. And then I could not focus on anything that I had to do this morning. I was just in a state of, you know, like, what's gonna happen. But God was just telling me yesterday, obedience is better than sacrifice. He sent me to Jude. If you haven't read Jude, it's a 1.5 page book. It's not that long. Take your time to read it. But in Jude, it just talk about, you know, how people were being disobedient and people were, you know, they were doing all the things that they were not supposed to do. It talks about Sodom and Gomorrah. It talks about the fallen angels. But his whole message, Judea, who wrote the book, his whole message was to tell the people to just obey. Just obey God. Obedience is better than sacrifice. That was his whole message at the end of the day. Put your faith in God and just obey God. Obedience is better than sacrifice, and do not go astray. Do not follow the trend. Do not follow the wall. And so, man, just like the girl in the video, I just feel God's peace. I just feel the Holy Spirit just calming my I tend to overthink and I tend to be in my head, and I felt like I needed to get out of my space. and I was actually planning on going to one of my favorite restaurants and get like pho noodles because it's cold. You know, I just felt like getting pho is gonna like get my spirit right. But I got here and I don't know if you can see. Let me see. I don't know if you can see, like, I'm parked and I'm right in front of the restaurant, and I just felt like I just had to talk. It just had to get out of me. I just had to say it. I just had to say it because it is so important, especially when you start to trust God and you take a step of faith, right? The enemy is going to try to fight you using your mind. And that's how a lot of people get stuck in the I feel like God is leading me. I feel like I need to be doing this. I just know this is my dream. I just know I can do it. But you're not doing it. You're not doing it. And the enemy gets so distracted in the sacrifice. You just need to sacrifice this. You just need to sacrifice that. You just need to take the time to learn this. You just need to know how to do this. Yeah, if I could just figure this out and that out, and then I'll be able to do this. If I was really able to just, sacrifice my finances and buy all this equipment, then I'll be good. But God is not asking you to do all that. He just want your obedience. God receives obedience as love. And if we say we love God, then we should show that in the way we obey Him. In the way we obey Him. It is so critical, especially if we want to live the life that God has called us to be, especially if we want to live our best life. Like, I'm here today. If you haven't watched my video, I encourage you to go watch it and just get to learn a little bit about my testimony, my story. But I'm here today because God has been so faithful. He has been so faithful to me. He has been so faithful. Like, I don't even know where to start. And on top of that, God has just filled me with so much joy and love for Him, despite everything that I've been through. His word said that the Holy Spirit pours out the love of God in our heart. In Romans 5, it says that suffering leads us to endurance, endurance leads us to character, and character leads us to hope. And that hope will not put us to shame because His Holy Spirit is in our hearts, pouring out God's love. And I'm just there. I just feel God's love. I feel the Holy Spirit. I feel that God has been with me through so much, and He's here with me even right now. Even right now. I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. And it's about time that I step out in faith. I trusted God with my life. I've trusted God when I couldn't trust no one, when the doctors couldn't even guarantee anything, and they still don't guarantee anything. But my hope is in God. And the trust, the faith that I have in God will not put me to shame because His Holy Spirit is in my heart, pouring out God's love. It will not put me to shame. And that love, that hope that comes from going through the suffering and the endurance and building that character, that heart that surrenders to God, that heart that is positioned to obey God, produces hope. That is conditioned to trust God, produces hope. His word says that hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is the tree of life. Have you ever wondered that your heart may be so sick because you're putting your hope in the wrong things, and your dreams, you're not able to accomplish your dreams, maybe because you're trusting yourself, or you're trusting whatever you're trusting in that is not God? But a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. Just think about it. Just think about it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life. And that only comes from God. That only comes from God. That only comes with trusting. It only comes with putting that trust in action by obeying. And just living out this life of faith. So, that's all I had to say. Yeah, that's just all I had to say. I have to go eat. I don't even know if I want to eat anymore. Like, I just feel so full. I just feel so full, so I'm probably gonna take to go because I have an appointment at 1 and it's 12. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna take to go, but my spirit just feels so full. My heart is just overjoyed. I'm just so full with God's joy. I'm just so content, and I cannot let views, I cannot let YouTube algorithm, I cannot let likes take that away from me. I have to stay focused and obedient. Okay, bye.